Soll ich helfen, Tom?
No. Okay, that's fine. Is it okay? Ja, ja.
Ja, ist auf jeden Fall nur eine Anschaffung wert. Ja. Das ist schon bequem gewesen. SKYLOTECH? Ja, oder dem Ah, so ein Winde meinst du jetzt?
Biraz anlatabilir misin?
Çok başarılı bir alet. Kontrol kolu burada. Çalıştırma düğmesi, acil durumda durdurma düğmesi. İnerken ve çıkarken yapılması gereken tek şey elle kontrol etmek. Bataryanın bittiği durumda da kullanılması gereken düğme bu. Ama mutlaka kullanıcı kılavuzunun okunması gerekiyor. Bunun içinde bir kısa bir eğitim programı var. Tekniken bir eğitim
Yeah, okay, cool.
Morning. My name is Engin. I would like to get simple explanation about your descending device, your nice backup device,
Yes.
and cabling. And this year we saw a couple of new extra devices. If you can just give us a really basic explanation, that's gonna be great.
So we start from our main devices. This is our giant product. Is an ascender, a descender. The rope has an easy path with a low friction, and it allows nice movement and positioning on the rope with the two full up position. The descent starts like this, and there is an anti-panic mode until the end. There's also cam lock features that allows you to move easy for a short movement. The backup device, it's called the Goblin, and it allows you to select two modes, ascend and descent, or only ascend. So adjusting the principal of the cam. We have an accessory, which is the Goblin Surfer, that to go up and down. It's when you go down, it's very smooth operation, and it locks when engaged. Moving to the new products.
I have one question.
Yes.
Do we need to use shock absorber on this device?
No. It's not like other backup device that has teeth, so they have a hard grab on the rope, so the shock absorber is not requested.
Okay.
Also, in case of a fall, of course the fall factor is increased, but the device can be used only also with a carabiner straight to the harness.
Okay.
To the
Yeah, for the roofing.
for the roofing, yes,
For the roofing,
exactly.
etc.
I can open it if you want.
Yeah.
Yes, very smooth operator.
Yes, no friction. And also easy to adjust with one hand, which is important and for simplicity during operation. If we also want to talk about our new products,
Yeah, that's
this is an opening swivel. We designed this here. It's called the Camp Enigma. The unique design of this swivel consists in a screw and a metal cap, but it will never release, because to release it's the opposite direction of pulling. And so, for instance, you can connect this device to your descender. And have an always straight position with your harness. To close it, it's enough to put back the metal cap and the screw. So with the carabiner or straight to your ventral attachment, the line always remains straight. Work.
And your pulley, I really like the pulley actually.
Okay.
It's so simple
Yes.
and it's so efficient.
This is we call it Camp Turbo Lock for our turbo line of products, the turbo chest and the turbo foot. It's iron gear duel.
Slowly open,
Slowly.
please.
And to open,
Yeah.
this cam is activated with this plastic gear duel oval XL. Show you. The cam can be adjusted with one also finger and activated with a bit of practice. Otherwise, two fingers, it's nice and smooth. The pulley has a large diameter with 41mm efficiency, and when it's locked, it stays locked. A good thing of this product is that the carabiner holes are very large and allows
The free movement on the
A free
carabiner.
movement.
This is really, this is
also a large secondary auxiliary hole works the same. So orientation of the carabiner can be achieved as requested.
beautiful.
It's up to 23 kilonewtons, so it's strong, sturdy, and durable. They can lock efficiently, so this is the opposite way, but just one second. locked. This is also certified as an ascender device for and to follow easy on the line. It's good for hauling systems and complex hauling situation where you need keep on talking about rotating swivels. We have enlarged the family of gyros. This is gyro 1, so it's super simple pivoting swivel that will adjust and provide always straight direction on your line. The working load is up to 300 kilos, but the static load is 2,600 kilos. 2,600 kilos. Yes. It's ANSI certified.
As well as CE and EE, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So these are our new products.
What is the difference between those swivels and the...
Sorry, say again?
What's the difference between those?
This and this?
Yeah.
It's just the number of connection. So this is allows greater possibility of connection. Let's say you have an adjuster, a rope adjuster for 2 lines. So of course you have each line independent. And this one with
On the
2,
single one.
only a singular one.
Okay. Can we use this particular swivel on the rescue scenarios?
Yes, of course.
It's rated for 2 person, I guess.
It's for 300 working load for each connection is 300 kilo for each line. So it's yes, 26 under. The braking load is 26, so the safety margin
It's quite
is
high.
almost 1 to 10.
What is this name?
This is Giro 3,
Giro 3.
this is Giro 1. We call it depending on the line. So we also have a Giro 4. So if you have only one adjustable line, it's Giro 1. If you have 3 adjustable positions, or in this case, we have our Giro 4, which allows
This is actually
For
quite important on the rescue scenarios, on the tension line, high line, diagonal line, etc. Because sometimes the rigging plates, they can just cross-load the beginners, and maybe it's gonna be better to use those devices
on the multi-anchors.
multi-anchors, etc.
It would be nice to see that in action. And yes, so it allows. It's a family of basically all brothers component, but depending on the complexity of the scenario you're working with, there is 1, 3 or 4 possibility. So those are the new products for this year. And
Thank you very much.
thank you, man.
Thank you.
Sorry, if you want.
Could you please make a brief explanation about your asymmetric carabiners?
Yes. So here we actually have a couple of news from the show. If you haven't seen before the DNA carabiner, this is the one which has a 90-degree turn. We have actually been making this carabiner already for a few years, and we have the we have one with the NFC chip, which we can talk about in a moment. But we also have here a carbon steel or stainless steel, also one with an ANSI gate for the USA, without the NFC chip. people really appreciate this carabiner because it allows you to reorientate your equipment relative to your anchor point.
Yeah.
So first of all, especially if you are making, let's say, a rig for rescue where you may need to use a descender with one hand, two descenders, then you can align perfectly with the carabiner, the two descenders so that they sit flush.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And this is one of the main ways that people can understand how to apply this carabiner. So a lot of people will see it and think it's very nice that you can change the direction, but they have a bit more difficulty in imagining the rigging situation. So rigging for twin systems is the first thing. Another thing also, you can get a perfect alignment for a pulley system with this connector. I recommend, if you find it interesting, to go to the Kong YouTube channel because we have made very good videos with examples of how to rig using this connector.
Alright, we're gonna make actually some links under our video.
Yeah.
That's
It's really helpful because at the show here this year, usually at the Kong booth we have many pieces of equipment, and 2 years ago in the last A+A, I could have walked to the corner of the stand and said, here, for example, this is a rigging system with the DNA. We had many on display. But this year we decided instead just to show a very simple message, because it's a strong message, which is that we have introduced NFC chip to our connectors. It was a couple of years ago already that we began to introduce NFC chips to our other equipment, straight from the factory, such as harnesses and textile items, also our descenders and hardware. But it was a very difficult challenge to manage to find a place on a carabiner to attach a chip where it's not subject to wear and where it can be durable. So the point of the chip is for identification. When you perform your annual PPE inspection, you know you need to identify the piece as individual. So the
old traditional way, we were just engraving with the. It's quite challenging. You cannot read the things. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to locate the serial number, which is not so difficult if you know where it is. But the challenging thing is to read it. So to read it when it's new, and also to read it when it's worn. Difficult to read, and also when you can scan the chip instead, it eliminates the possibility to make an error if you're writing down the number. So this is a really important thing for PPE management.
Yeah, that's correct.
So we already released the Kong products with the information loaded into a software. The software is not our company, it's a partner which we have, which we use to make it easier for the owners of the equipment. So I can show you on my phone. It's called Exterior. And if I tap to scan the NFC chip, the phone reads the information contained within the chip, and then the website is already preloaded with the information on this connector. So the overview describing the EN norms, category 3, the name, importantly here, the serial number. And then also alerts. If this carabiner had failed in an inspection in the past, we can make an alert to say that it has been retired.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can also now click on Start Inspection if I want to begin an inspection of this product. In fact, I have not inspected this one before, so let's say the first use date is today. There was no previous inspection, so I just enter it in the system. I scan again, and we scroll down, start inspection. Here is the manufacturing date, which is, as you know, is not so important for a metallic item, but very important for a textile item. It will say the expiry date on the textile item as well. Here is the inspection report So I can start step by step. I will not go through a full inspection of the carabiner now because it will be boring, but the point is you can do all of the inspection and then send the report.
Yeah, that's really
And then next time the product is scanned, you can see all the inspection history.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So the main thing to remember really, and partly why we are so excited about this particular development, is that the NFC chip can be read with any phone.
Yeah.
And to use the program, it's free. You do not need to sign up to identify an item.
Okay.
You can just download the app, press free access, and scan the carabiner.
Beautiful.
You could do it right now within a couple of minutes with your phone. If you want to inspect, then you can simply enter your email address and your name, get an inspector's account, and also inspect the app. So it's really moving into the future.
My last question.
Yeah.
So, do you have aluminium version on the spinner?
So on the DNA, we do not have an aluminium version at this point.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right.
Just the carbon steel and the stainless steel.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you
Very
very
nice to chat with you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. That's yours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's say the
Yeah, a little bit, if you don't mind. Okay. We would like to just make a little video about your products.
Sure. Okay, these are the SKYLOTECH ACTSAFE power senders, the industrial models. We've got a petrol version called the PMX. We've got the ACX, which is our main industrial lifting tool. And then we've got the RCX, which is specially designed for rescue. So the PMX is a 4-stroke engine, 250 kilograms working load limit. Takes 11mm ropes only. A full tank of petrol, you can ascend 700 meters. And it has the same rope loading system as the ACX.
I never tried.
okay. And SKYLOTECH.
Where are you from? I used to live in Toronto. I'm in Vancouver. Yeah, it's only for a short term. Toronto for 1 year and Vancouver for 3 years. I'm from Scotland. So I work for ACTSAFE in Sweden. We're a home for me. And I purchased ACTSAFE last year. But it's still a family-owned company. You know, they're just like ACTSAFE was and Climbing Technology is a family-owned company. Except they're 75 years old, whereas ACTSAFE is only 25 years old, 30 years old. So they're just 50-year head start on everyone else. So let me turn it on. This is the ACX power sender. Once you turn it on, you have a green light. It has a working load limit of 200 kilograms, 11mm ropes only. Simple action. Turn the throttle one way to go up, turn the throttle the other way to go down. Very sensitive speed control. You know, you can move very, very slowly, or you have a maximum speed, 24 meters per minute. It can also be operated by Bluetooth remote control from up to 150 meters range. To use the remote control, you turn it on, then you sync with the machine. The LED light changes to blue on the machine. That means that the remote is in control. We have 3 different speeds. Slowest speed is quarter speed, so that's 6 meters per minute. Next speed is half speed, 12 meters per minute, and then the final speed is maximum 24 meters per minute. So using the remote, it gives you like extra flexibility. You know, you can have a supervisor with a remote control. So if the user gets into trouble, gets injured, gets hurt, you know, the first form of rescue is basically the supervisor can then lower the guy to the ground. Or if you're doing equipment lifting operations, you can have someone at the top with the ascender attached to the anchor point, lifting tools or equipment, and then you can have the operator down at the bottom who can still control the ascender or vice versa.
Well, what about, let's say my battery is died? What should I do as a technician on this machine?
If your battery dies when you're ascending, you can always descend to the ground. So any amount of meters you've gone up, you can always come back down. If the machine fails for some reason, or you drop the battery, or some freak accident occurs, we have an emergency descent function, which works when there's no power. So this lever here can be operated, and it's a gravity-assisted descent. So when you're connected to the ascender, the connection point on your harness, when it's loaded, you know, it's all connected. So when this is actually loaded, it's almost virtually impossible for the rope cover to come open. And when you're loaded on it, this works much better because it's gravity assisted and it just will come down in a controlled slow manner. Battery is really simple. You switch out. You've got an indicator here showing 25% of battery life is left. Let me show you this one, which will show, hopefully we got some more juice left. This one's 100%, so I'll put this one on charge afterwards. To charge the battery, simply disconnect the battery, plug it into the charger. It takes 90 minutes until it's fully charged again, like from empty. So every ascender comes in a box like this with two batteries stored on the side. So when you're using one, the other one can always be on charge or on standby. And then when the battery's flat, you can change them out, and 90 minutes later it's charged again. And then to connect it, simply load it into the holster, push it in until the battery's clicked, and then it's good to go. This is the RCX. It's designed specifically for rescue applications. It's got an extra 50 kilograms working load limit. It's also IP67, which means it can be submerged in like a meter of water. It's more waterproof, more splash proof. This one is only IP55. It also has a different rope grab system on this. So this one is only suitable for 11mm ropes, industrial machine. This has a completely new rope grab system with teeth on the wheel, and you load the rope through here, a bite on the rope, and then we can use different diameters of rope on this. It's much more flexible than the type of rope we use. So again, if you've got like thinner ropes, rescue ropes, even like if you've got an injured climber hanging on a dynamic rope, for a one-time lift rescue, it can use pretty much every rope. So this is more of the industrial machine, and this is more of like the specialist rescue for fire departments, for mountain rescue teams, disaster relief, you know, after earthquakes and response teams like that. So this is the same rope grab system that's on the tactical ascenders that the militaries and the governments use.
My last question. Let's say if you are working on the refineries, on the oil rigs, etc., they are always dealing with the gases and inflammable chemicals.
Yeah.
Those devices are X-proof or
no, they're not ATEX approved yet, or not classed as intrinsically safe. You know, they're friction-based rope ascenders, so heat is generated if you're using a lot of ascending or descending. You know, the more friction, then the rope grab parts will warm up. But there's ways around the ATEX approval with you can rig top rigged or bottom rigged or deviate through so that the machine is not actually near the area, and then you can use it to help you remove that.
How many kilogram in width back, and how many kilogram this device?
The weight? 13.5 kilograms.
With
Yeah,
back
but-
and 2 battery.
Yeah, 2 batteries with each one, including one battery. It's 13.5 kilograms like this. But the whole idea is you shouldn't need to lift it or carry it, except bring it out of the box. So the box has got wheels on it, so you can take it anywhere, and then lift it out of the box, place it on the ground, and then you put the rope in when it's on the ground, close it, turn it on, and then it lifts itself. Bring it up to waist high like this, and then you can just connect straight to it. And then if you're going up and down, if you need to re-rig it or redirect it, you very simply just run up to it. Then you have another sling beside it. You disconnect, you tie it somewhere else, and then you can take the connection point. To the other angle. Lower it down, swing around, upside down, inverted, on the new angle. And then you can disconnect from the original angle, lower that angle, so the really manual handling of the machine lifts itself every time. When they're supposed to hang it. You don't take it with you. No, you hang on it, it pulls in. And then if you need to go away from it, you take the rope, and then you can control it, or you can send it back down the rope, down to the ground again. You're only really you're really limited by your imagination. Some of the guys that use this stuff in Australia in particular, the stuff they're doing is unbelievable. You know, the mechanical advantage riggings and lifting panes of glass and glazing and problem solving really. You can, if you think about it.
Okay, can my friend, can he try the device?
Of course. Yeah.
Ja, ich habe noch gar nicht gescannt heute. That's a magnet. Yeah. Totally easy. Is it open? Okay, have you up, down? Yeah. You're a pro. Everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just watch out for this one, huh?
Yeah, the trust.
A little bit.
Yeah.